All right, guys, I said yesterday the axles are coming in. So, guys, we partnered with GForce, okay? So we had GForce Renegade axles before. Guys, I want to say it again. They were 2 years old. We had probably 27-second passes, a bunch of test hits like 8th mile. So we're taking hits. We've been cutting 114, 113, 60 foots. I mean, call it 110, 60 foots on these things for 2 years now. And they finally broke, guys. There is no part out there that you're ever going to have that's not going to break, guys. I mean, these are performance parts. So they could break on 10 passes, 20 passes, okay? You just need to make sure that you install them correctly. So with that being said, bam, box out of the way. GForce Outlaw axles, guys. So we went from Renegade to GForce. Sorry about that, guys. Here's my bolt set up a little bit here. I was just getting my swivel ready. So I'm going to be taking these off right here and then putting them into the car. Here's the deal, guys. There is no company that has a solid axle for our car. They don't, okay? We have to go with half shafts. We have to go with axles, okay? There's no way to getting around it. Each company out there, they got their weak points, okay? We've already shown with GForce, with the Renegade ones, how much beating we can do if you install them correctly, if you maintain them, you make sure the bolts are all marked. Like when I get up underneath people's cars, they don't have anything marked. They don't know if bolts are moving, okay? A lot of the Hellcat owners don't have a lift. You guys are not going in there checking all your bolts and seeing if they've turned, if they've moved, and you're not maintaining. These big old heavy cars do a lot of tire shake, okay? These are 4,000 plus pound cars. You have got to check the bolts on them, guys. And so if a bolt comes out and you shear the bolts off, guess what? That's not the manufacturer's problem. That's not the company's problem. That's our problem, okay? So you must maintain all of your stuff. I mean, guys, I've shown this on video plenty of times. I mean, up underneath here, I've got everything marked. I've got all my bolts marked. I know if something moves, okay? So if you're racing these big old heavy cars, you have got to do the maintenance on them, okay? This lift I bought this 3 years ago. It was $3,000, delivered and installed. That's how cheap these lifts are. 130 inches, you can get one of these installed at your house, okay? I've got a 2-car garage just like everybody else, okay? So you can get these lifts done, all right? So, like I said, we're going to put these into the car. I'm going to try to do my very best on videoing the install, but just think about it. We're going to be taking the bolts off right here and on that side, and we're going to be sliding just the shaft and the CV into the car and then bolting it back in. That's as simple as it is, okay? Now, let me talk about different companies have weak points on these, okay? So some companies have fortified the boot right here. But the bad thing about it, the stubs are still 32 splines. At our power level, we already bent the 32 splines going into our differential. Our differential is from IMS, Innovation Machining Solutions. Devin is the owner of the company. We've got his full spool, and the full spool is a 35 spline. So our stubs are 35 spline, okay? And you guys have seen the beating that we've put on these parts. So when you try to use something else and you don't remove the LSD, the limited slip differential, you know, basically there's just clutches in there, right? They're not meant for drag racing, guys. You're gonna blow them out. So, but when you go a full spool, that's like full racing, okay? It's going to hurt your turning radius and stuff, but I'm not road racing this car. I'm drag racing it, okay? But like I said, for us, this is the best solution, okay? And like I said, we're putting 2,500 plus horsepower down. So if it's working for us, guys, you guys can go try something else out, but this is what's working, okay? Again, every company's got their weak points. And right now, we don't see a problem with the GForce if they're installed correctly and if you maintain them. And guys, read the instructions, okay? I know, I was just on the phone with Travis Tucker Racing, and we were all talking about, hey, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do it? And it clearly says in the instructions, if I take the bolts out right here, I'm to take and clean them off, put red Loctite, and put them back in. And if my lines don't mark or match up with these, I'm actually gonna remark all of these, but read the instructions, okay guys? So let me do the install, let me get everything ready, and I'll turn the camera back on here in a minute. All right, guys. Okay, so now we're back underneath the car. So what I was talking about, these are the stubs. These are the 35 spine stubs from Devin over at IMS, Innovation Machining Solutions. So the only thing we're gonna do is we're gonna unbolt it from there, and we're gonna unbolt it from there, and we're literally gonna attach it to this stub, okay, that's already in the differential, and then we're gonna put it over here in the hub on the wheel. All right, very simple, very easy, okay? So that's all we're doing tonight. It should just be a quick, easy install. And then again, guys, we have got IMS's 35 spline, okay? And inside here, there's a full spool, right? The limited slip differential packs are already out of here. So it's a full spool, so both basically wheels move. We don't have the limited slip differential anymore, okay? Drag racing just burns them up. We burned up 2 of them already, and Devin's had to repair them each time, and this last time we all said, just put the full spool in here, okay? So very simple, very easy. Like I said, guys, everybody's got their weak points, and this, what we're seeing right now, is not a weakness. Guys, it's just beating on these axles. I don't know how many passes we're going to get out of these. We could get 200 passes. We could get 100. Guys, we could get 20 passes. Who knows, right? Because this is all still just human parts that are being put together, and we're beating the crap out of them. So, like I said, this is the best option that we have out here. And if we're running 113 60 foots and we've got a big old heavy car and we're putting over 2250 down, you guys can too, okay? So I do appreciate it. Like I said, once we get the install up here and done, we'll turn the camera back on and show you guys. All right, here's another tip I meant to tell you guys. When you start taking these off with an impact, okay, all you got to do is just hold it by the splines and then basically just pull these out, and you will need a swivel, okay? Use a ball swivel here because this boot will get in the way. But here's the deal. Do not take these bolts out. Just leave them right here. It's going to make your install a lot easier. So don't do like me and take the bolts out. Also, by the way, this is something else, guys. GForce already ships you with the ARP 12-point bolts already. Okay? They're not the old bolts that you're getting, like the OEM bolts. Okay? So that's a pretty cool thing. But just within a few minutes, I've already taken off both stubs. So just hold the end to it, put you a ball swivel on here, and just zip them off here, but do not take the bolts out. This is the much easier way of putting it back up into the car. All right, just a little tip for you guys. All right, now that both of the stubs are off both sides, make sure you put in the left and the right. Make sure this one goes on driver's side, that one goes on the passenger side. There's left and rights to it, okay? Make sure you put the axle on the right side, the wrong side, okay? Make sure you put left on driver, right on passenger. So when some of you guys get out there and you start complaining of, oh, they blew up, you probably swapped them, okay? So you gotta make sure they're installed correctly, guys, okay? So the instructions also tell me now, I'm gonna clean up all the bolts, make sure I don't have any Loctite on them, make sure they're nice and clean. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna take basically some alcohol, or maybe hit them with brake cleaner and just clean them all off. Make sure they're clean before I do the install. Okay? All right. All right. GForce wasn't kidding. You've got tons of Loctite that were on these bolts and stuff. So what I'm doing right now, just hitting with a little brake cleaner. Make sure you just grab an oil pad. Guys, these are really cheap on Amazon. A box of 100, I think it's maybe 20 bucks. Get these oil pads. I mean, I use them all around the garage. Okay? That's called Turbo 400. That's what that's called. Constantly dripping. But yeah, guys, just get you, like I said, some brake cleaner, shop towel, and just get to cleaning, guys, before you put the red Loctite on them. All right? Also, you know what's great about doing videos? I totally forget which side. I took the hub side off and the differential side. So now I'm gonna go back and look through my video of which side did it have the hub and the stub on, so. All right, I just went back in the video. This is the tire side. So wherever the decal's out that says left and right, so this goes into the tire side, okay? So that'll go into the hub on the tire, okay? So tire side, differential side. Okay, we got them in there. Guys, I know I'm using the stronger Loctite, the 272 versus the 263. I looked it up. This is gonna take probably an hour to set or a little bit more, but we're not racing till Friday. Tonight's Wednesday night, so it's no big deal. So what I did was I just put a little bit of Loctite on them, pushed them in, did both sides, and then I just put the axle in, and it literally probably took me maybe 10 minutes. So this is the hardest side, guys, because you got to just line the tire up, and all you got to do is just move it just a little bit, and you'll get the first bolt, and you'll get the first 2 or 3 bolts lined up, and then it's really easy. So do this side first. This side's really easy because you can actually see where the bolts go in, okay? They're real easy to match up. So I'm saying do this side first, get the first 3 bolts in over here, then get the first 3 in over here, rotate the tire, bada bing, bada boom, it's in. It's really easy, okay? So this is what it looks like inside the car, guys. I mean, you know, I'm telling you guys, it's invaluable to have a lift. You guys can do all this stuff yourself, okay? I love taking my car to Nicolas. He works on my car. He does great stuff, but this is stuff I can do here at the house, okay? And like I said, you get to know your car and mark all your bolts. Mark all your bolts. Mark all of them, guys, okay? So make sure when you get up underneath here, you know where they're locked. They're all locked down, okay? All right, guys, here we go, finished product. So, hey, so I use the white paint pen. So basically, I'm just going over the blue marks that GForce put on here. So I've done every side. I've done the passenger side as well. But hey, guys, 75 foot-pounds, okay? Hey, there's one other topic that I want to bring up. Hey, when interacting with these companies, if you didn't do the install, it's hard to say that, hey, they were installed correctly. So what I suggest y'all do is do it yourself. This is a real easy job. Save yourself some money. You can jack up the car on the diff and you can do all this work in your driveway, in your garage or whatever, but this is a pretty simple, easy install to do. So like I said, guys, real easy. So again, you can do this all by yourself. Sorry about this cable, man. So this hose, I mean. So we've got them in there, GForce, okay? So I know the tire's not spun around to where you guys get to see them, but, oh, hey, there was one other tip I want to give you. When you're doing this job and you're underneath the car, you're going to have to put it in park and neutral and move the tires around. Guys, get yourself a lovely assistant like I do. She's awesome. So just sit them up in the car and have them put it in park and neutral and just go through, and you know, you'll have, you know, all your marks that you'll get done. So like I said, quick and easy install, guys. I think this thing probably from start to finish, hour and a half, maybe. You know, red Loctite, the whole bit. I mean, it's simple, easy. Get you some red Loctite, clean up the, you know, the ends of the axles, And what I did was just a simple, 3/8 inch ratchet, the big impact just to break them loose, and then 75 foot-pounds, guys, and job is done. Hey, I want to send a shout out to GForce, to Jesse and Billy. Man, you guys were easy to work with. I do appreciate it. And I do appreciate you guys RMA and my Renegade axle. So, all right, can't wait to get to the track this weekend. Hopefully we're out at South Georgia Motor Park on Friday. And hopefully we can put up a crooked number. Maybe a 6. We'll see. So this is kind of the first one in here. And this is kind of where we're going to end the video. Very simple, very easy. There's videos out here to how to get the stubs out of the differential. Okay, but it's very easy, guys. And yes, AAD, guys. We only use AAD suspension parts. So if we're cutting 110s with these things, I don't know why you would try something new to try to do something different. So I get a lot of questions and DMs. What is this? This is my crankcase pressure, guys. That's all that hose is right here that's growing into my puke tank or catch can. It's a catch tank in the back. So, but yeah, guys, very simple, very easy install, and we're gonna be back up and testing this weekend. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching the video. Do me a favor, please follow me, subscribe, like, share the videos. Tell me what you guys think. Give me some feedback, give us some comments. So, all right, guys, well, have a great time. And like I said, this is what works for us. Cutting 110s, putting 2,500 horsepower. So if this is working, why do something different, okay? All right, thanks a lot for watching the video, everybody. Thanks.